Welcome to the first exciting episode of South Sea Spearo. Over the next 6 weeks, we'll be showcasing a wide range of underwater adventures from around the South Pacific. For this episode, the team are setting sail from the beautiful Wanganella Harbour in the far north of New Zealand. However, whilst this part of the country is renowned for providing plenty of epic spearfishing opportunities, their final destination is actually much further afield.
I'll suck my guts in.
In fact, by the time the rumble of the big diesel engine stops, they'll nearly be halfway to Australia.
So this here's North Cape. Super excited, eh? We're heading 300 nautical miles northwest of North Cape, New Zealand. It's a long, long way. I'm sure it's over a day and a half steam, closer to 2 days. And yeah, we're off to target some Marlin. Going to try and spear a couple. So Rochele's basically going for the world record for women. So at the moment it stands just over 100 kilos. Nat's going to have a crack at one with a hand spear, or pole spear I should say. And yeah, I'm just going to be stoked to shoot a Marlin. I mean, that'll be unreal. So I can't believe it really. Yeah, we're going to the Wanganella Banks. Man.
The initial excitement about setting sail on a mission on this scale is somewhat tempered by the fact that for the next 35 hours, the team will rotate duties on the helm, working on an overnight roster to ensure they remain on course for their final destination, the fabled Wanganella Banks.
Wanganella Banks is the lower section of the Norfolk Rise, so it's basically just imagine a big wall that pops up in the middle of a desert ocean, and the deep sea currents, the cold, nutrient-rich waters hit this rock wall, get brought up to the surface of the photic zone, and basically the light, mix them with the nutrients, basically kicks off the start of a really healthy food chain.
It's roughly 100 miles long, comes up from 2,500 metres all around it, and the shallowest points there are about 74 metres.
It's a good thing that the team have plenty to talk about to help whittle away the long hours at sea, as by the time they finally reach the Wanganellas, everyone will need to be on the same page about what's required to ensure this massive undertaking is a success.
Yeah, it's pretty taxing, definitely. Like, that's a long, long time just to be sitting in one spot on a boat, heading one direction. If there's only half a dozen of you, you've got to get up a couple of times through the night. If you get the sort of graveyard shifts, yeah, 1, 2 in the morning, they're the trickiest, really. It's not a pleasant steam, for sure.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are we? Oh, there's some birds over there. Ooh. No, we just got here 3 o'clock this morning, 38 hours steaming, and yeah, we just parked up for a couple of hours to wait to get light enough, and now, yeah, just about to head off, so yeah, pretty exciting. Hopefully today's the day.
What do we got now? It's about 6:30 in the morning. I think by about 8:30 we should have a world record on the deck. Then we can have some breakfast. We're told we're not allowed to eat until we get a world record. So, yeah, Rochele, hurry up, I'm hungry.
The Banks are a series of reefs and pinnacles spread over a 100 nautical mile area, so it's not as though the team will be diving on a single reef structure. So, as the light strengthens, teasers are deployed in order to locate areas holding good marlin numbers that would be suitable to focus the diving efforts on. And it's not too long before the first marlin of the day is raised.
Yeah, I kind of missed the action myself. Wasn't expecting it. Dave was just filming the lures doing their thing, and the marlin smacked the lures. So yeah, they're definitely about. Didn't take long. Yeah, with the spearing we need a bit more light underwater so we can see the action going on properly. So just in these twilight times we're just running one lure with hook on it, just in case we can hook one up as a bonus. But yeah, we'll wait till the bit of light before we film spearfishing.
Half an hour later, a second fish is raised.
Yep.
So it's looking promising. Although what the team are really wanting to find are the huge bait balls that the Wanganellas are famous for. But to spot a bait ball, you first need to find the birds.
Nothing in the distance?
No, the odd bird, but they're just all heading this way in singles.
Yeah, sun's almost up enough now for us to get in the water and be able to film, so hopefully they start pushing the bait up higher. We can see the bait on the sounder down lower, but yeah, later in the day hopefully they push some to the surface. That's what we're really after.
You see this amazing ledge, and it just drops vertically down. So we've had the spike of bait come up to roughly 40, and then we've just dropped off the ledge. As you can see, it's super steep there. It's gone from 120 odd straight down to now nearly 300, just in a vertical wall. It's pretty amazing topography.
Quite wide, eh? Give anything a go once.
Now that the sun's well up and the team have a better feel for where the marlin are likely to be holding, it's time for Nat and cameraman Sam to suit up and get to work.
Game time.
The first task involves getting the inflatable tender into the sea. The Florence Nightingale is a big commercial boat and not particularly manoeuvrable, so the team have devised a rather cunning plan.
That's what we're going to sit on. It hasn't got a platform in the back of this boat, so yeah, it just gives us easier access in and out. And as soon as they jump in the water to go after a fish, we'll just quickly let this rope go, and I'll be able to whip off with the tender while the big boat sort of stays out in the distance.
Well, it's throwing ourselves off a moving boat, which is being towed behind another moving boat. So we've got like bubbles in action, and the fish is going to be coming straight at us. It's going to be happening fast. So it's going to be a challenge for filming, but I'm looking forward to it. First time swimming with free swimming marlin.
I like how your mask matches are here, then, mate.
Yeah, I'm sticking to the theme of, you know, orange. It's all about visibility, you see, and colour coordination.
Just let us know if it's getting a bit diesely there, and we'll tie you off further forward.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Jesus. Yeah, so we've got 2 electric reels. So if we get a marlin up in the pattern, then the boys will leap over, and Bill's going to whack the go on the 2 electric reels, and that'll bring the marlin in straight next to the boys as they jump in the water. So that's the plan anyway. So it's all going to happen pretty fast when it does, so hopefully we can capture everything.
In his haste to get things underway, Tim's overlooked one important safety item.
Forgot to put my life jacket on. Sometimes heat of the moment you forget things like that, but get it sus now.
It seems that the well-thought-out plan is proving a little trickier with the sea state factored in, but the team just need to remain vigilant, keeping a close eye on the teasers for the first sign of a marlin. As soon as that's seen, then they'll immediately ditch the tow rope and put their plan into effect.
Yeah, a little bit slow, nothing really happening. Got to keep our heads up, really. We only need 1 fish. Wow, 1 each. Ooh. Just get a bit nigglier. Looks like we're going to have to work hard for these ones. We're getting hungry.
The sloppy seas are not helping things in the slightest, and after a few uncomfortable hours aboard the tender, the decision is made to pull pin and try a different approach.
Oh, it's just getting a bit choppier. Yeah, it's just getting a bit sloppy, so we're going to pull the boat back on. Another plan. Oh.
That was just hard.
Yeah, hard at the end when we were getting jolted quite a bit. Better off if there's fish there, but it's a bit much when there's not. So that was a 3.5 hour stint in the dinghy there for nothing. So yeah, never mind. Another plan, heading south, try and find some, we're just going to hoot along until we find some fish and then work that area a bit more.
For the next few hours, the team adopt an old-fashioned approach to finding fish, using the eyes to scan the skies for any workups on the surface and the sounder to detect the presence of bait balls beneath them.
There's a meatball at 50 metres.
But as the hours pass, it's a tough task to stay sharp, as the rocking boat and the day's heat combine to lull the team into snooze mode.
When there's no fish about, like, you can have everything planned right, you can have the tides right, the weather right, everything, and the fish just don't show up sometimes, and that definitely gets you down in the dumps.
So the thing is with the Wanganellas and fishing, you just never guaranteed anything. So been to the Wanganellas before, never seen a marlin. It's just part of what it is.
Your morale starts sinking, hour after hour, you're just trying, you're like, come on, they've got to be around here somewhere. Got to change of tack. Sometimes that's enough to, bring up some fish and you find some action, and it can just change like that, like in an instant. You can go from just a boring, flat day, suddenly it's just action stations for 15 minutes, 2 hours, whatever.
Finally, they catch sight of the first signs of life, birds, but they're not particularly active.
Yeah, we've come a decent way down now and come across the best bird action that we've seen so far. Most of them are just mobbed up on the surface, but almost looks like a bait ball's been here, but just gone down, so it is looking more promising. No marlin in the lures yet, but yeah, we're a bit more excited now.
Oh man, we're just hoping there's going to be a marlin here somewhere that's going to come in and get a crack at them, but haven't seen one yet.
After a fairly languid afternoon, it's important that everyone's now on alert.
We kind of went from 0 to 100 real quick. Bit of of a different dismount this time around, but we've found birds. We're just waiting for a marlin to pop up in the gear, but it's the most promising we've had all day, so we're feeling optimistic. It's got to wait. We're just going to come back around on those birds that we came through just before. I think we're sitting at 127, heaps of bait on the sounder, the birds were there, we had dolphins on the bow. There's got to be a marlin around here somewhere.
Come on. Come on, Marlin. Come on. It looks so good.
Fast asleep.
No, we just found another patch of birds.
Finally, a genuine workup's been spotted, with multiple marlin busting up on the surface. And it's got Rochele fizzing.
Still there. Get ready. It's a workup. Right here, right here.
What are we doing? We're waiting for them to get the gear?
At the left side, right now.
Go.
There's no time to pull in the gear, so Nat and Sam frantically drop overboard into the wash at the back of the boat as Tim tosses the high-pressure floats into the drink behind them.
Marlin right here, Dave. Ready on the left.
Oh, yeah, look at it. Woo.
Should we tie them around past them, Rochele?
Yep.
Yeah, we just saw a marlin come up on our lures right here. Marlin right here. Wait up, Rochele.
Oh, I'll turn around.
Unbeknownst to the team aboard the boat, a nice striped marlins materialise right in front of Nat and Sam. So Nat tensions his pole spear to maximum power and drops down in hope that the marlin may choose to make a broadside pass. And as if he's read the script, the fish duly obliges, providing Nat with a perfect opportunity to place a shot right behind the peg fin along the fish's lateral line. Now the battle begins. Nat's got to try and keep control of the marlin without having the slip-tip spear shaft pull out.
I've got one on.
He's got one on.
He's got one on.
He's got one on. Clear the water, clear lines.
You beauty.
Sam's kicking frantically to keep up with Nat,
Not too quick, Sam.
who's been hauled along behind the rampaging fish. It's chaos as more marlin appear below Sam.
I need the other spear.
This is good.
Sam calls for a second pole spear to allow Nat to put another shot into the marlin's flank in order to secure it.
He needs a pole spear.
Second pole spear. So he's got one on. Yes. Oh, right here. Oh, mate. Smash the lure. Oh, that is awesome. So another one came in on the lure. Nat's got one on the pole spear. Oh, just over here.
It's hard to know where to look, with the marlin busting up around the boat and Nat being dragged at a rate of knots. But the team need to regain control of the chaotic situation or they risk losing the fish altogether.
Everywhere.
Do you want the pole now, Nat?
Do you want the pole now? Nat, do you want this now? Do you want that now? No, he's on your boat. Whoa, reverse up.
If the line trailing from the marlin to Nat makes contact with the hull of the boat, it'll be game over.
Whoa, Rochele.
Likewise, if anyone other than Nat touches part of the line or floats, any potential world record will be nullified.
That thing is honking.
After the initial mayhem, the team now begin to claw back control of the situation.
Yeah, it hasn't gone right through. Okay. You want the let us know as soon as you want the other one. I want the other one as soon as I can. Yeah.
Now? Yep. Yours are now.
No, can't get too close, okay? Because he gets freaked out.
Yep. Ooh, pretty exciting, mate. Pretty exciting. Like, there's been nothing happening all day. It's just been a dud. And then, bang, just all happened at once. There was marlin everywhere. We just couldn't avoid them. And, whew.
Yep, I did my gloves too, eh, when you get a chance. Yep.
So that's his second pole. And Sam's trying to catch up because Nat just started skimming across the surface, getting towed by this thing, and Sam got left behind. He's getting there now, though.
Oh man, that was hectic. I was having a nap and then 30 seconds later I was surrounded by marlin. Oh man.
You're still dreaming. Nat, wait. Man. Oh. I just want to be in there. We'll get a turn. Oh, that's unreal. So the whole day has just been like pretty depressed because no action's been happening and it just changes like that. Few birds, we got closer and a big splash. Like, oh, it's on. And then, yeah, we could see the marlin there on the surface coming for the lures and stuff. Pretty exciting. It's unreal how blue they get, eh?
Despite being hit hard, the marlin still has plenty of power left in it and regularly puts on bursts of speed which threaten to snap the line between itself and Nat. That's a big guy, standing over 6'3", weighing 100 kilos. So he has to be careful not to put all his weight on the fish when it chooses to make a hard run.
Oh, look at it go!
It's getting spooked, eh? You see their net's got a hold of the rope, so the fish is tagging him forward. Sam is just pumping, like full on kicking to try and keep up. Poor old Sam's going to be exhausted.
We go to some really remote places. I mean, like the Wanganella Banks, there is no land for days around us. So my biggest fear is that, in the chaos of shooting a fish, the cameraman gets forgotten, gets left behind. Yeah, it's a pretty scary thought.
Man, look, Sam's sprinting, he can't keep up.
Yeah. Getting left behind again, that fish has done another good run. Yeah, here, the fish there. You can see it. Oh, hey, Rochele, back off.
All of a sudden, the team aboard the boat get a first real look at the Marlin as it surfaces dangerously close to the bow of the boat.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at the state of it. So Net's just going to try and spear it again. Look at that. That's a nice fish, man. We've got to be careful we don't tangle at the same time, though. Yeah, you can see it's blue just past him.
The fish isn't showing any signs of slowing down, but Nat's managed to work his way forward and is now almost within range to take a second shot. The Marlin has other ideas, fighting harder as Nat moves nearer. This is one of the riskiest points in the fight, as the fish is doing its utmost to put distance between itself and Nat, whilst Nat needs to keep a second pole clear of the trailing lines and push fatigue to the side in order to place an effective second shot into the fish.
He's going down to try and spear it again. There we go. Did he get it? Did you get it into it? Second shot! Woo! Yes! Yes! Second shot into it. Now we've got a bloody good chance of pulling it in. So that first shot, well, Nat said didn't go right through. So they've got reasonably tough skin, but you've got to be worried on a fish like this. He's big and powerful. Whereas now he's got the second shot in and we've got a real good chance. Look at the size of it. Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
It's one thing fighting a fish of this size, but spare a thought for poor Sam,
Just go, Sam.
who's battling to keep up whilst pushing his massive camera through the water.
He's man.
Jump in the boat.
He's got no chance catching up to it, man.
Yeah, jump in the boat now.
He'll never catch up. It's just too hard.
Holy moly.
Try and drop him up ahead, eh?
You all right?
Yep, got Sam.
That was epic. Oh my God.
There's barely any time for Sam to catch his breath though, as Nat makes a big drive forward to attempt to close out the fight as quickly as possible.
You need to be ready, Sam. We're going to put you ahead of him.
Get ready, Sam, now!
All right, get in there, Sam.
Oh, he's nearly got it. He's got it. He's got it. He's holding
He's
on.
got it.
He's got the fish.
Yeah, all but. He must have grabbed right close to it. He's gone under briefly. Nat dived down, so I'd say it's either pulling him under or he's trying to grab a hold of it. He's doing circles on him at the moment. He's dived down again. He'll be trying to get a good hold on it.
Nat's able to use his strength and size to manhandle the Marlin into submission. His aim now is to plunge his knife into the brain of the fish, which will kill it instantly. But he needs to be extremely careful that he doesn't lose control of the threshing fish.
Oh, there's some O's. Hey, hey, hey! He's got it by the bill. Awesome, awesome. See it punching him around.
So when I've got hold of the bill, it's game over for the fish because you're not letting it go. Once you've got it, you've fought hard to get to that stage. It's grabbing hold of the bill that is the dodgy bit because it's thrashing around.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, we're just fighting for a feed. He's fighting for his life.
Once you got it by the bill, you all but got it stuffed. So he's just trying to kill it at the moment. So he's got his knife in. Nailed him! Well done! That there is a world record on a pole spear. Well and truly, I think it was 40 kilos beforehand. This one's a blimmin' good fish, so should be interesting. Nat will be able to take some measurements on it once we get it up, and he'll have a fair idea how big it is. But just smashes that world record, so well done, Nat. Right, well done. That is a horse.
It's a hell of an achievement. Now that the fish is fully subdued, the emotion of the moment kicks in. It's not just the 2 days of hard slog getting here. It's the months of preparation and planning that's come together right on cue. That makes this catch so satisfying.
Up and over. We're going to struggle. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Hey! You're going to get it. Ready? Hey. Look at that! Nice! Woo-hoo! Look at the size of that. That is unreal. That is a good fish. Pole Spearo, that's unreal. Hey, that's awesome. Well done there, mate.
Awesome.
Must be
Sweet
stoked.
thanks. Yeah, I am, mate. It just couldn't have worked out any more perfect. The fish just come off the meatball, swam away, and then he just turned. Sam was right on my side, and he just comes straight in, and then just as he started to peel off, I sconed him.
Look, it's a broadside when you shot, eh?
Broadside, yeah,
Oh,
perfect
yeah.
shot.
Man, couldn't
Good
get better.
holding shot.
Good shot. What do you reckon, Sam?
Mate, it was just, I was asleep. They're like, it's all on, it's all on, it's all on. 30 seconds later, mate, I'm in the water, I'm following Nat. I see just in front of him, just this bait ball, this one marlin going nuts. And then all in the background, there's all these other marlin. He just takes a dive, this one just comes in. Mate, it was meant to be, bro. It was beautiful. Just dropped in.
White mask.
The white
Yeah,
mask.
the white
Good luck.
mask.
No, it's not the end of the day either. So the birds are still working. Hopefully those fish are still back on the bait ball. And Rochele's turn.
This is a world record fish.
Maybe if
That's
we're
unreal.
Yeah.
What? That's the biggest marlin that has ever been shot on a pole spear.
Pretty special, man.
Stoked,
Very,
eh?
very
That's
special.
cool. It all starts ticking over in your head, eh? You're like, oh man, are we going to come this whole way and get nothing, you know? Yeah, your demons start just ticking away at you, you know? Like, yeah, everyone's starting to look a bit glum and a bit sad, and then all that just changes in that time. Now we're just, if we don't get another one, we've still succeeded, you know? Round two, on to the next one. Exciting, okay?
Despite the team having one potential world record on the deck, the job's still only half done. Now it's Rochele's turn to step up.
What's the magic number you're going to be?
I think it's, well, 100.1 at the moment. Oh, wow, one just jumped right there.
Oh, that's true! Oh, dolphin.
Dolphin alarm.
Don't go shooting a dolphin.
What's the record for bottlenose?
Look at this meatball going for him, man.
We're not far off it. See you there, Bill? Oh, that's it, yeah. Hey. Big splash up there again. Oh, they're busting. Oh, what was that? That was a marlin?
Oh, there's one below. One.
A dolphin.
Look at it. Go,
They're
mental.
just smoking it. They're just smashing that bait ball. We can see the dorsal fins of them just ripping into it. Oh, one just let clean out. Holy smoke. That's friggin' unreal, isn't it? Right.
The marlin are in a frenzy, working the bait ball on the surface. But despite all the excitement, Rochele needs to remain composed to ensure nothing is overlooked.
Hard enough to do in the water, but
Should we make sure Rochelle's keeping it right?
Oh,
back on the water there.
they're right here.
Camera tilted down.
I just saw one. Yeah, they're still smashing it right under that molly.
Coming straight at us.
All right, who's jumping in first?
Rochelle's going.
Rochele, then you.
Rochele. She's going.
Go, Sam. Come on. Come on, Rochele. Oh, wicked. So you see Bill's just pulling a popper through, trying to bring them closer?
There's the meatball.
They're smoking it.
As Rochele nears the swirly mass of marlin, she needs to quickly evaluate each of the dozens of fish to gauge if any are over the 100 kilo.
They're on the meatball.
As a rather large fish veers away from the meatball and moves towards her, she decides to take a shot. But it's a miss.
Is she shot? What's she doing?
Oh, she missed.
She want another gun?
There's 20 or 30 marlin here. Rochelle's just missed the shot. She's going to reload.
Okay, you just stay on it. You stay on the bait ball.
The silver lining of a missed shot is that whilst Rochele returns to the boat to reload and reset, cameraman Sam is able to immerse himself amongst the swirling mass of marlin.
Oh, there was one right in front of Sam. This is unreal, man.
The bait ball forming mechanism is an instinctive behaviour for many small fish, such as the red bait seen here, as lone individuals are more likely to be eaten than an individual in a large group. The marlin use their bills to separate smaller groups and individual fish from the school, and then pick them off at their leisure.
Oh, the one just scooped through it.
Here we're getting some mean footage.
Bait balls can become incredibly dense as each fish scrambles to get away from the surface of the ball and hide within the relative safety of the interior. However, this bait ball contains just a few hundred fish, so their chance of survival isn't high, especially with the number of fired up marlin aggressively working the ball. Whilst all this is going on, back aboard the Florence, and Rochele is busy readying her equipment for another crack.
The marlin were everywhere. They were so tightly walled. I tried to shoot a big one.
The bait ball's over there.
The marlin flash an iridescent blue when they're particularly worked up and feeding aggressively. It's these luminous blue and purple bands which give them the name the striped marlin. This ability is thought to have evolved as a mechanism to confuse bait schools and keep them tightly packed together, and it certainly seems to be working in this instance. The regular breaching also creates white water on the surface, which adds to the confusion of the situation for the bait. Meanwhile, Sam's in cameraman heaven, relishing the ability to witness such an amazing scene. He decides to push right in amongst the bait school, but sensibly falls back when he notices the surrounding marlin beginning to lose interest and drift off. Despite the amazing scenes unfolding in front of him, Sam also needs to be aware of the dangers of getting too close to the feeding marlin. They've only got one thing on their minds, so if Sam finds himself in the wrong spot at the wrong time, he runs the genuine risk of being skewered by the bill of a leaping fish.
So the marlin feed, especially at the Wanganellas, on meatballs on the surface. So like when we were driving around, certain times of the day the meatballs will be lower, the marlin are pushing them up, and the meatballs can only go one way. So they get to the surface, they can't keep going any higher, so the marlin just feed on them. And then there is the other stuff there too. There's the big sharks hanging around underneath, which are not just feeding on the bait balls, they're feeding on the marlin.
Is he sad?
He's excited, that's all.
He's still got his legs. He's screaming a lot. They've been smashing right in front of him, like mere 1 or 2 metres away.
Yeah.
Amidst all the chaos and excitement of the marlin meatball, Rochele's quietly snuck back into the water, and she takes everyone by surprise by suddenly appearing on the opposite side of the bait ball and putting a well-placed shot into one of the very largest marlin in the pack.
Hey Nat, is there a second spear ready for her?
Did she hit one? Oh, there was some hooping. Sounds like she's got one on. Need a second gun. Yep.
The marlin is hit hard, but it looks to be a larger fish than Nat's, and given that Rochele's only half his size, she needs to use all her strength to slow down the fish's initial run. The marlin's bleeding profusely, which means the team will want to get the fish in quick smart. Blood in the water at the Wanganellas often brings with it big sharks, especially at this time of the day as they rise from the depths to feed.
Yeah. Right, Rochele? Do you need the second gun now? Yeah, so we've got a second gun for Rochele. Now we've got to hand it over unloaded. She has to do the loading herself. And after she's shot a fish, you're not allowed to touch the float or the line or any part of the equipment, otherwise a world record is null and void. Take the second gun. She's not...
Give us the gun,
Yep.
Just chuck the line over.
Yep, we got it.
Okay guys, I'm going in with Rochele.
Okay.
The boat's all yours, okay Bill?
Sweet boat. Exciting. She's all go. So she's getting towed again. It's not honking it as much as Nat's one. Might be doing a bit more sounding, but... Right, here we go. Just making sure this one's clear.
Okay. So I'm going to go in and grab the second gun off Sam so I can pass it to Rochele so she can load it when she's got the fish close enough, and then that way Sam can concentrate on his job.
That's in the water. We might need to go back and get Sam. Oh, look at that! So they're still smacking the bait ball. This side about 5 metres from that, Rochele. This place is unreal. Look, there's 2, 3 marlin right here on the bait ball. Oh, mate. That is friggin' unreal, isn't it? Right here, right underneath us. Look, right there. There's still marlin on it. Look at that, just there. That's a good fish. That's pretty cool. This place is crocking it.
I was bloody cursing its name.
Yeah. We're all in the doldrums earlier, but now it's just unreal. I just can't wait to get in there myself. Woo. So these boys are really struggling to keep up. Sam's tuckered out now. He's really trying to catch up. That fish is just smoking. She's getting later. Yeah, it's a bit safer catching them while there's still the sun in the sky. So yeah, there's some pretty big fish out here, pretty big marcos, and the odd white gets caught out here too. So yeah, we definitely want this fish in fairly soon if we can.
When we've speared the fish, we've got to think about the time we're spending in the water.
We've been fighting this fish for close to an hour now, and it's been singing the dinner bell for the predators that hang around that reef structure. Getting closer to dusk, sharks become a lot more active, and it's their time to hunt. And if there's a fish sitting in the water sending out signals struggling, it's kind of like a moth to a flame in a place like this.
We've got to be conscious there that there is the big sharks there. There is plenty of great whites. The satellite tagged them here in New Zealand. They swim straight to the Wanganellas. It's a good food area, and as we know, they do eat people.
It's soon clear that neither Nat or Sam have the swimming speed to keep up with Rochele, who's been dragged behind the powerful Marlin. So a novel new strategy is adopted.
Live baiting.
Not too quick. Yep, not too quick, Bill. Go, you're going to tow the boys. You right? So we just can't keep up. Like, it's good fish by the looks, and it's just towing Rochele like nothing. So we're going to have to drag the boys, try and get them slightly in front so we can get a bit more footage. And Nat's got the second gun, so Rochele can load that, second shoot the fish, and then we'll make sure we got it then. Yeah, it's also kind of a live bait, isn't it? We should have the, are you zooming in? I mean, something could just smoke them, you never know. Should I start throwing out some pulleys or cut something? A bit of blood off that marlin. Oh, we're coming up to her now. She's got it a fair way up.
Almost there, almost there. You're good now, Sam.
Go, 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 go.
Despite nearly tearing their shoulder from their sockets, the Rapato has allowed the guys to leapfrog ahead of Rochele and the Marlin.
Yeah, so you see that big float? That big float she clips off. So as you gain some line, you clip it back on. So we can tell with it being next to her, she's gaining quite a bit. The other float's out the distance, so yeah, she should have it close enough for a second shot by the time Nat gets there. It's still towing it flat out, isn't it? It's, I thought she was clipping off on it. She was sitting there, but it's still just towing her. So she's resting on the main float, hoping it'll tire out a little bit. Wonder how big it is. It looks like a good fish. It's the way it's pulling around. Man, there's going to be some tired people at the end of this, except for me. I'm full of beans still. Yeah, there's only one float now, so it's obviously, it's been towing her along, and now it's just decided to dive hard out down. So it's going to be a mission for her pulling it up. It's going to be a long fight. Yeah. But she's got both floats together. She's gaining on it. It's still dragging around flat out.
With the second gun now in her hands, Rochele has to find the strength to load it herself. But having spent the last 20 minutes fighting the rampaging Marlin, her hands and arms are heavily fatigued, and stretching the high-pressure rubbers is proving to be quite a challenge. Each time she fails to load the gun, the Marlin gains ground, as Rochele is forced to let go of the trailing float line. Finally, on her third attempt, she manages to stretch the rubbers far enough to load the gun. So all that's left to do now is to drop down and place a second shot on the side of the Marlin to secure.
So they're getting close.
However, there's another obstacle for Rochele to overcome.
Well, at the start when I shot the fish, it didn't really run. It really just sat there, and I thought I'd really hurt it, and I thought I could land it quickly. So I tried to pull it in, and it was a lot of work on my forearms and hands, which was quite exhausting. And once I did actually get quite close to it, it decided to run, and it took off. So I'd already spent a lot of energy early.
Oh, she's diving down. She'll be taking the second shot now.
Now I'm paying the price. My hands are exhausted, my forearms are exhausted. I've dived down and I'm trying to fire the gun for the second shot. I've already checked the safety is off and I'm confident that everything's right. I'm trying to squeeze the gun to fire the shot, but I physically don't have the strength in my hand to squeeze the trigger. I have to go up and take another breath and check everything.
Oh, she's shaking her head. Maybe she missed. Either that or she couldn't get a shot. She's just trying to get that second shot on. Often when they see you coming, they do a burst away from you. Once that second shot's in, we've got a far better chance of landing it.
I've checked the gun. I know the safety's definitely not on. The problem has to be me. So the second time I don't make a mistake, I use two hands to make sure that the gun fires correctly.
I've just headed down again. Got it? We got it! Woo! Second shot's in, main. Right, we've got this fish now. Now it's just a matter of pulling it in and finishing it off. Knife to the head.
The second shot placed near the back of the marlin has seriously weakened the fish, and Rochele was now able to haul it up a few more metres, clipping her float off after each pull to prevent the fish from diving deeper. The last task now is for Rochele to administer the final coup de grace.
Oh, I feel so much better with that second shot in there. It's always nervous until then, eh?
Big fish? Bigger than that, you reckon?
I'm not sure. The way it's been pulling around, it's got to be a reasonable fish. Hopefully this is another record. Have they got it? They're grabbing it by the bill. Mean. They've got it. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, that's mean. Awesome. There's 2 good fish in no time. Yep, bring it on in. Sweet said there's a heap of blood coming out now, so they're just bleeding it. Job well done, man. Oh, it's incredible how your day can change, eh?
It's an amazing result for Rochele, and from above, you can really see the discrepancy in sizes. This is certainly one very solid marlin, and at first glance, it looks to be well in excess of the existing 100 kg women's world record, but time will tell. There's an old saying in fishing, don't say it till you weigh it, but Nat's weighed plenty of fish in his time, so he's willing to stake his reputation by putting an early estimate out there.
Same size, Nat?
Look at the bite.
Really? Really?
Wait, we got 20, something like that?
Bang, good girl, Rochele.
And if you're Rochele?
Quite tired.
It's been quite the wrestle, isn't it?
Pretty stoked. She was a heck of a paddle.
Well done. Oh, look at that. That's a long fish, isn't it? Man. Right.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, shit. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Sam, grab this. He just tore its gills out. It's definitely a struggle getting a fish this size on.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, man.
Okay, start pulling his head in.
Yep. Woo!
Guilty.
Look at the size of that thing.
The depth of the bastard.
Man.
Mate, you should see the shot. Oh, I so hope that shot came out on camera.
Yeah.
I didn't realise Rochele was. I didn't know where Rochele was, and all of a sudden there's this marlin swimming in front of me. Then a big shaft just goes boom straight through it. Whoa! Here we go. And then it was all on.
Well done, man.
Is it bigger than that?
A lot bigger.
That doesn't happen very often. That was insane. Like, I was just like, pick a big one, 2 small, 2 smalls, 2 small. Oh, that's a donkey. And it came perfect, eh?
The fish would have come straight between us. So I was just sitting there thinking, oh my god, running around with my stiffy out my scupper. I was just losing it, and I look up and there's this fish just comes charging through, and then all of a sudden, boom, the shaft just came popping out one side.
Oh, yeah, mate, no, I didn't even see it. I was thinking while I was getting dragged around, I was like, I wonder where Sam was. I wonder if Sam got that.
I hope I got the shot.
They're just starting to make noises that it might be my turn now. I thought we're over for the day. But yeah, we don't know what the weather's doing tomorrow yet, so it might be my only chance. Might have to get into it.
What's that?
Give me a few minutes, I'll just mosey over.
Yeah.
I'll grab the giant. 10 minutes before.
They're just still smashing big time.
Sweet.
Look at them. Oh, yeah, just smashing it. Oh, there's a couple of good ones in there.
And they'll come up and they'll just start smashing it funny, bro. You can take your pick, they kind of take turns coming up and hitting the bait.
How you feeling, mate?
Yeah, excited and nervous at the same time. Yeah, I wasn't picking I was going to jump in today.
After the way it started,
Yeah.
none of us potentially were going to go in. Slow start.
So it's all bloody happening, really.
Hey, Bill, we're ready to go. If you want to line us up, just pick a big fish and shoot it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, we can spend 5 days looking for a big one here. So,
Righto.
but just get your fish.
Get a biggie.
Unfortunately, whilst attempting to manoeuvre the boat into a position closer to the bait ball, the team slightly overcook it, scattering what remains of the meat ball.
All right.
Yeah, when you're ready, go, bro.
There's half an hour of light left in the day, so Tim can't afford to be choosy. Otherwise, he risks being stuck fighting a fish and dying light.
Cover, Timmy.
And the Wanganellas are not the kind of place you want to find yourself in that position.
Just there, follow Sam.
Despite the meatball having been scattered, There's still marlin holding near the surface, but Tim needs to work fast before they move off. A pair of fish approach from Tim's left, but they're just a few metres beyond his reach. Tim drops down to see whether he can pique the curiosity of the fish, to entice it to come for a closer look at him. But by now it seems like they've had their fill of these cumbersome neoprene-clad humans and continue moving off in the opposite direction. And it appears Tim's opportunity to add another marlin to the team's tally may be heading off with them. Back aboard the boat, there's more bad news for Tim, as Nat relays a weather update that's just come through via the Garmin inReach.
And it's going to come around further and be right on the nose.
Oh, last ditch effort, jumped in the water. There was a bait ball there. One fish come up just about close enough. Not quite though. Saw probably 8 fish with it, but they just sort of swam off. That was our last chance, really. We just got the update on the inReach, and yeah, she's coming in nasty. So we had the choice of staying till lunchtime tomorrow and getting absolutely hammered on the way home for the last bit, or shooting off now. So it's been put to the vote. I think it was 6 versus 1. So unfortunately, we've got to head off.
It's going to still take us 35, 38 hours to get back. But in the past, we've had trips where we've stayed out, done an extra day just to top the boat up, and it's taken us 90 hours to get home.
Oh, awesome though. We've got 2 world record marlin there, so we can't complain of that. Oh, we have to come out again. Oh, you can't finish it all in one trip. We've got to leave something. Just putting muslin on to keep it in good condition in the ice. Yeah, Nat was saying that they come out in really good condition. Keeps it nice and moist on the outside. So
Putting the fish on ice is critical for 2 factors. It helps maintain the fish's true body weight, but more importantly, it prevents the fish's meat from spoiling during the 40-hour steam back to port. So every effort is made to ensure they remain in the best possible condition.
Marlin are quite a young fish compared to a lot of other species, so it's easy to see a fish of that size and think, wow, this fish is exceptionally old.
To get to 90 kilos is only 3 years. They only roughly live to around about 20.
It only takes them a couple of years to reach sexual maturity. Really fast growing, kind of next to mahi-mahi. They're definitely kind of up there as one of the fastest growing fish in the ocean.
It's a healthy fishery in New Zealand as well. There's no commercial take of marlin, so us taking 2, 3 marlin on a trip's not really going to have much of a dent.
And at least when we spear them and land it, we're taking it home.
Oh mate, that was just, I've got no words for that, eh? Just being on the water with fish that big, all lit up feeding, man, it was just, that's something else, eh? It was pretty special.
Fast forward a couple of days, and the team finally have Wanganella in their sights. It's been a fairly rugged ride home in some sloppy seas, but the sight of the team's final destination has certainly lifted spirits.
It was just 40 hours since we pulled the pin out there. Back into the weigh station now. It was a bit of a slow and long journey. Didn't think we'd bore you with that. Now it's just moment of truth, find out what these things weigh.
So we're going to put it down here, other fish out too now.
Haven't been through this process. Never shot anything big enough. Still haven't. Oh, this one's going to take a bit more on it.
Yep. You ready, Bill? Yep. 1, 2, 3. So, pull. Yep, I got the front end. Yep. Take it down. Cool.
Quite a difference when you got them beside each other, isn't it?
Yeah. See the colours in it? Without the muslin, you wouldn't get that. Yeah, so they can lose weight. It's quite a high percentage when they're put on the ice. The ice will suck out, and that's why we put the muslin cloth on to keep them in the best possible condition. And as you can see, like it only looks like it was caught yesterday. So big difference with the records. There's a lot more paperwork to do with having to measure the girth and measure the length, and a lot more witnesses, and make sure it's all done legit.
Moment of truth. Find out what he weighs. So that's just keeping the bill off the deck so it doesn't snap.
94 kilos.
Oh, 94.
Sweet. Get some photos of that for the records.
The last record was 40 kilos, so well and truly smashes that.
Yeah, so that'll be the new Pulse Spear record once all the paperwork's sent in, and they go and judge it all over there to make sure it's all legit. And yeah, Bob's your uncle.
That's a small one. You've got to be happy with that.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
Whilst Nat's fish was clearly well over the previous record of 40 kgs, Rochele's may well be a lot closer to the existing 100 kg record, especially with it having lost a bit of weight through the gill plate detaching.
You'll notice that Nat's tied the mouths closed with a bit of string, so that's basically to stop the stomach and the stomach contents coming out its mouth when it hangs upside down. Because every fish that's inside it at the moment, if it's been feeding recently, that counts towards the weight, whereas if it drops out on the ground, you can't stuff it back in. So yeah, quite important when you're weighing these fish. Keep it all there. You can see a huge difference in the thickness of the two. This one's broad right to the back end of him, so he's gonna weigh plenty, I'd say.
Current record's 100.1 kilos for the women's world record for striped marlin. So that's our target, that's what we're trying to beat. Feeling good.
Ooh. What's it gonna go?
119.5.
You beauty.
Nice fish.
Got it, got the record. Hey,
That's a good
Stoked.
fish, Rochele. Nice.
stoked.
Yeah, 119.5, that's a big fish.
When they're chasing the bait, you know, that fin just pops up fast as well. It's whoosh, all the way,
that's
all the way
awesome,
down.
mate.
It's epic.
And the petrol fins come out the side and they just light up electric blue. It's pretty amazing. It's awesome to see. What's the date of the catch? 4th.
World records are one thing, but as the team go about measuring and recording all the necessary paperwork to ensure the records are ratified, they work as fast as they can to ensure the fish doesn't spoil.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yep.
These fish won't be wasted. There's a massive amount of delicious meat on both of them, and this is all going to be smoked and enjoyed by friends and family of the entire crew.
It's awesome when everyone sits down at the end of the day and we have the smoked marlin there, we all share it, we all enjoy the stories of the adventure of going to capture that marlin, to shoot it, to land it, what happened, what went well, what didn't go well, and smoking it up, and it's delicious. So it's great to share that with the friends and family.